Hello, here I am with the next part of control statements in Java. In this video, I am going to explain a counter control repetition statements and what is meant by sentinel control repetition statement. So here we will start with counter control repetition statement. It exactly means that in counter control repetitions, you already knows how many times you want to execute particular line of code in advance. That is known as definite repetitions. Means, for example, if I want to print, or you are getting a program to print 1 to 10 numbers. So already we know that we have to start counter variable at 1 and we have to stop counter variable at 10. So this is a definite executions or definite repetitions we already know. So for counter control repetition, we required control variable, initial value of the control variable, increment or decrement by which control variable can be modified, and condition that will test for the final value of control variable. As we have seen in previous video, this counter control repetition is used for addition of even numbers from 2 to 20. So here 20 is definite repetition. It is showing that you have to repeat particular code for 2 to 20. Here I am showing you an example that is using repetition statement while, and this program is related to printing variable counter from 1 to 10. So here counter control variable in this program is counter, which is initialized with a 1. Required continuation condition is the counter variable is less than or equal to 10. Till that you have to run this while code. Once this condition is satisfied, after that, or once a counter is greater than 10, then you will exit from this while statement or while repetition statement, and a rest of code will get executed. This is how we have definite repetition till 10. So it is known as counter control repetition statements. Next one is this is the example you can solve by your own. Example is, or problem statement is, a class of 10 students took a quiz. The grades integer in the range 0 to 100 for this quiz are available to you. Determine the class average on the quiz. Now here it is already given that you have to take input for 10 students. So counter variable will be definite. It is for 10 repetitions. So in this I have given the pseudocode for the counter control repetition with same statement, that what you have to do. First thing, required input is you are going to take grades of the 10 students, and required output is what? You have to display class average of the quiz. So here first you will set the variable total, grade counter. Variable total will be to set, you have to set for 0, grade counter for the 1, and then you will have a counter control repetition using any of the loop statement. So here if you see, I am giving here while loop. You can use for also, you can use do while. This all works in a similar manner, only the syntaxes for initializing counter variable, providing the condition, and increment decrement operators are different. Next one is sentinel controlled repetitions. What exactly sentinel means, or what exactly sentinel value in computer program. So sentinel value is also known as flag value. It is also known as a signal value. Is a special value in the context of an algorithm which uses its presence as a condition of termination. typically in repetition statement or in recursive algorithm. So here sentinel control repetition is sometimes called indefinite repetition because it is not known in advance how many times the loop will get executed. It is a repetition procedure for solving problem by using sentinel value. So in counter control repetition, the value or how many times you are going to repeat the loop is already definite or it is already known in advance, but in sentinel it is not known in advance. That depends on how many times user is giving input or whatever. So you can see this example. Here the example is what? User enters a value for x and printing the square root of x. So here it is not mentioned how many values for x user will enter. It is indefinite. So until and unless user is not stopping with some particular sentinel value or flag value, till that you have to execute your any type of looping statement. So you just go through this program. I have defined a class eval square root. Within that defined a main method. I have taken scanner for taking input from the user. Then here if you see I am writing that enter a value for x or -1 to exit. So here -1 will be considered as sentinel value. Once the -1 is taken or given as an input by user, you have to exit from that particular loop. After that here I am using for loop. Now here if you see x is not initialized. As in previous video of repetition statements, under for loop I have given you some variations in for loop statement, that it is not necessary that you have to initialize your variable within for. Here x is assigned once input is given by the user. What you have to do? Condition x should be greater than or equal to 0 because you cannot give a negative value. Next one is how much time you are going to execute this loop. This is indefinite. So until and unless user is not providing -1, you have to repeat this code. This type of way is known as sentinel control sentinel repetition statements. Now this one is jumping statement. First one is break statement and second jump statement is continue. So these two are used to alter the flow of control. So what exactly break statement does? Whenever you want to execute any repetition statement or switch cases and you want to immediate exit from that particular statement, in that case you can use a break statement. Common uses of break statement are to escape early from the loop or to skip the remainder of switch. Here the example contains a variable count and a loop statement for loop which will print values from 1 to 10. But now I want to exit from this particular for loop if count is equal to 5. In this scenario, once count is equal to 5 is reached, this statement or this loop statement will get break and control will be given to next line of code, that is broke out of the loop at the count. So it is going to provide you a count. So this way break works. On the particular condition, wherever break is given, the discontinuation of looping statement or switch case will be executed and next line of code of a program will get executed. This is continue statement, where if you want to skip the remaining statement in the loop body and proceed to the next iteration, then you can use a continue statement. So this program evaluates the loop continuation test immediately after continue statement executes. So we will directly see an example. The same example I am giving here, printing number from 1 to 10. Now here if you see I have given count is equal to 5. What it means? Once the count variable reach to 5, the remaining code will get skipped, but it will not exit from this loop. Instead of that, it will continue to the next counter. So next counter will be 6. So 6 will get printed. For this, the expected output is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So used to continue to skip printing of 5. This is how continue statements are used. Now, this is just the introduction to logical operator. Whenever you are going for a control statement, you require to provide condition. For providing that conditions, you can use logical and, logical or, boolean logical and, boolean logical or, logical negation, which is also known as logical not. So these are used to combine the condition. Suppose I am going for displaying age for voting or eligibility of voting. So here in this scenario, what we have to do, that age should be greater than or equal to 18. So here you can use logical negation also. If age is not equal to 18 or age is less than equal to 18, then you are not eligible for voting. Now, in some case, for example, for blood donation, you require to satisfy two conditions. HB should be more than 12 or equal to 12 and weight should be equal to or greater than 50. So here for this eligibility of blood donation, you require to check two conditions. So how you are going to combine these two conditions? So here you can play with logical AND. How exactly it works? Whenever both the conditions are true, then and then only your statement will get executed, otherwise it will go into another part. This is how the looping or in any control statement these logical operators are used. I hope you will like this video. Thank you.